Hello, my fellow readers and writers. I'm RL Writer, and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to reading and writing. I also have a blog, and the link is in the description below. I'm new to YouTube, so I decided that I would start off with some Booktube and Authortube newbie tag questions. Let's start with Authortube. I have the questions right here. I'll read them aloud, and then I'll answer them. Nice and simple. Question number 1. If you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? If you like total disasters with heart, I'd say that's probably an accurate assumption of me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that one. Terrible pitch, but I mean, hey, whatever. Number 2. What do you usually write? Mostly YA fantasy with trauma and found family. Actually, I think that's just about all of my projects. Trauma. Question number 3. What's something you will never write? I will never write romance or horror. I don't like horror, and I don't really want to write romance. Question number 4. What's your goal for starting an Authortube channel? To share both my personal writing and some tips and stuff that I've learned through my writing. Probably some things on like craft, like genre. I have a blog post about genre actually. So I'll definitely do tie-ins between the two. And then question number 5. Why did you start writing? I'm not quite sure actually. I just had an idea one day. I've always been a reader since I was like however old I was when I started reading. When my parents taught me how to read. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try that out. And here I am. So I'd say reading led me to writing. Question number 6. What's your publishing path? This question is like traditional publishing, so like publishing houses and stuff, querying agents, all that. Self-publishing would be like, for example, Amazon, Kindle thing. I don't quite remember its name. Indie, essentially. And then the third option, or fourth, I guess, hybrid, where you do a mix of them, like you self-publish some and then traditionally publish others. And then 4, just not publish. And I'm gonna say 3. I have some projects that I would love to traditionally publish one day, but I also have some projects that I think would find a pretty good home in the self-publishing market. Question number 7. What content do you bring to the Authortube table? Writing tips, on the craft, and then my personal writing, so personal projects and stuff. Okay, let's move on to Booktube questions. Yay. Number 1, why did you start this channel? I've been wanting to do a video component, but blogs don't really upload that well. And share like book reviews and of course my writing thing, but we're talking about books right now. So book reviews and like reading challenges. And I guess just kind of general recommendations. Just about any book you see on this shelf, like we've got Scythe, the Renegades trilogy, Stars Above, Shadow and Bone, The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Sunrise on the Reaping. All those I definitely recommend, and I will definitely be doing book reviews of each of them. But anyway, on to question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I'm not sure about fun or unique, but spoiler-free reviews of books, because I love not knowing just about anything and then being completely surprised by the book. Well, actually, I do like to know what I'm getting into somewhat, but not like knowing the plot, you know? And then probably I might try to convince some family members of mine to recommend me books for me to read, so we'll see how that goes. And probably not book hauls, because I'm a little on the broke side. Question number 3. What are you most excited about for this new channel? Yet again, sharing my writing and books. Jeez, I still need to read some of those. Sorry, anyway. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I have no idea. I just really enjoy being able to see people's journeys, I guess. And I mean, hello, dragons, fae, murder, superheroes. All of those are awesome, and I don't get to experience. I accidentally hit my mic. Whoops. I don't get to experience the things that actually go on in here. And I don't really want to experience what happened in my thriller book, but it's fun to read about. And I think that's why. Question number 5. When did you start reading? I don't know. I've been reading for as long as I can remember. I remember being in like... What grade are you in? Like, it's like an 8-year-old? 3rd? Being in like 3rd grade and like reading The Hunger Games or something. And then reading Warrior Cats and Harry Potter and all of those. So I'd say since I was 4 or 5, maybe a little after that, when I could like read independently a little better. Question number 6. What do you read? I mostly read, well, I read a lot, but YA fantasy, YA sci-fi, just not space sci-fi, like Arc of a Scythe type of sci-fi, or superhero type of sci-fi. I guess superheroes can be both fantasy and sci-fi. Historical fiction, some mystery and thriller. I'm getting into the genre a little bit. I definitely want to read more by Holly Jackson, but let's see. Dystopia. I love dystopia. Sunrise on the Reaping is a great example of one of my favorite dystopias. There's probably more that I'm missing. Yeah. Fantasy, sci-fi, historical fiction, mystery, thriller, dystopia. I'm just confusing myself. You heard me. I'm just going to move on to the next question. Question number 7. Why do you love reading? Wait, crap, I read that wrong. Sorry. Where do you read the most? That's a bit of a weird question, but I mean, in my room, because I'm a hermit, or I guess out in the big wide world, if I don't want to socialize, which is a lot, but we're not going to talk about that. And on the couch, I guess. I don't really have a special little reading nook, which is a great idea. I should make something like that eventually. Well, I'm not broke, that is. I think I got them all. Would you look at that? It's only been, 9 minutes. Let's go. Okay. And those are my answers to the newbie tag questions. If you would, please like, subscribe, and share my channel and this video with others. I'm still a really, 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 really small YouTube channel. And I mean, I don't have any personal experience with this, but I have a feeling it'll be a little hard to, grow without your guys' help. So that would be appreciated. Comment some books that, like, your favorite books. If you personally write, what kind of videos you'd like to see, all of that. I want your feedback. And yeah. yeah, I think that about sums up answering Booktube/Authortube newbie tag questions. Bye.